Celeb Savant is a career retrospective type interview focusing on singers, actors, and industry experts. Join Barrett Edelstein now as he dives into the entertainment world.
Greek singer and songwriter Dimitris Nezis has studied vocals and music theory at the National Conservatory in Athens and fame, studio and music performance at University of West London. He has released 24 singles and 3 albums in his 15-year career. Dimitris has won over 40 international music awards as an independent artist. Additionally, he is a lyricist, a radio producer, and executive producer, and he has worked successfully as an actor and performer in Horror Hotel, Krampus, Blackout, and many more. He is a National Recording Academy and Country Music Association voting member and a Grammy-balloted artist. Dimitris is a judge of the ISSA Awards and the Global Film and Music Festival in USA. He was recently promoted to Vice Assistant President of Global Marketing and Public Relations at the ISSA. Dimitris is the founder and CEO of Pulse Records, a label that supports all independent talent across the globe. Up next on Celeb Savant, we've got Dimitris Nezis.
Where in the world are you and how are you doing?
Hello, thank you for having me. I'm doing great. And right now I'm in my currently house in Greece. Right now, I'm not in the United States. I'm back here for vacation. Oh, yes, right now I'm in Greece, and it's pretty hot right now, but still very beautiful.
So how much time do you balance between Greece and the US? Is it split or?
It's split. Basically, I came back a little earlier this year because I had to take care of some things that have to do with my house, my family, my mother, and my sister after my father passed out like last year. So I had to take care for a lot of stuff. So that's the reason why I came back earlier.
Okay, so now let's rewind. At what age, whether as a child or teenager, did you think, okay, I want to be creating in this music world, I want to be in the entertainment world, and how did that journey progress?
Well, I started mingle with the music industry back in 2004. I was like 19 years old back then. I started doing my courses in vocals and music theory. I was always an independent artist, and I've always wanted to become an artist and a singer since I was a little child. So when I was 19, I started, as I told you, my courses in the vocals and music theory. And later on, I was about 25 years old when I released my first single in Greek language, which is my mother language. I was releasing Greek music for about a decade. And in 2020, I told myself I should give it a try in English. I should have tried before, but I was hesitating. I don't know why. Probably it wasn't the right timing. I was thinking about releasing music in English when I was in London because I have lived there for about 4 years in the past. When it was 2020 and after the COVID time, I told myself I should experiment with something different. So I gave it a try and it was worth the trying. It was very good. I enjoyed it and it opened a brand new door and a brand new world because, when you're thinking in English, you got so you can speak to way more listeners throughout your music. Your music can be listened for millions in the world because half of the people existing in the planet at least speak English. So you got way more chances for your music to get heard.
Was it an easy transition to start singing in English, or was it something that you had to learn?
It was easy for me to think in English. It was very easy because since I was a child, I was singing and listening to English music. I grew up listening to pop dance, bands and singers from the US and the UK and from Australia, all the crazy famous singers back in the 90s. So it was very easy for me to get into that groove and start singing in English. It's very different when you're speaking in English, when you start in a conversation, and way different when you're singing. When it gets to singing, you just get out there, sing, and feel the song.
So, how much of your time now is releasing music in English, and how much of your time now is releasing in Greek?
I'm mostly focused on releasing music in English. Next year, I'm preparing some great stuff, and you will be the first one to know. I'm preparing an album, a global album, which will be like a combination of the Greek culture and
Yes.
European experiment with, Western music and sound combined with world global music. Probably it will be like an album half and half, Greek and English at the same time. I dare you to stay tuned. You will enjoy it. It will be like, it will be a phenomenal album. You cannot imagine. I am so ecstatic about it. I feel that euphoric vibe lately because I have recorded like 40% out of the album, and every single song is a gem. It's great. It's something different. It's very good.
How do you create a song?
Apparently, I'm a songwriter apart from singer. And I started writing my first lyrics when I was 16 years old. And every time that I feel motivated by emotion, I'm writing. My mobile phone has like dozens of songs that are not recorded yet. Every time that I'm willing to release, to begin a new project, I'm putting myself into that process of writing new lyrics and new songs. And every time, it has to do with the vibe of the album, but I have it deep inside of me. I mean, it's not easy. So I trigger myself with emotion, and based on the project, I start writing. It's not difficult for me. It does happen.
When you write, do you do it by yourself or do you collaborate with others?
Most of the time, lately, I'm writing on my own, but because I need to be honest with you and all of my listeners, I cannot like pretend like, okay, you're writing something and which is not based in your mother language. How is it possible for it to be like 100% accurate and, without any grammatical or something? Yeah. I have plenty of friends that are like, coming from the UK. My bestie is living in London. And also I have great friends living in the United States. So when I have like a doubt about a word or something, because I'm thinking in a different way, I'm asking for some support. But thank God, most of the time, like 90% of the time, they're like, okay, you're doing great. It was just a tiny change.
Now, you've collaborated with Stacey Jackson, haven't you?
Yes, I did.
Yes, she's another friend of Celeb Savant. So I remember you guys collaborating together. What else is happening over the next few months?
First of all, I want to say a big shout out to Stacey Jackson, whom I love to bones. I mean, she's incredible, and I know her for almost 15 years. And the collaboration that we did in Viral will be like forever deep in my heart, written in my heart. And I will be forever grateful for this collaboration. So I have plenty of projects coming up. First of all, we're dropping a new album, a new age album, which is called Symphony of Mantras. There's a group called Sacred Circle who have created an astonishing, a brilliant album, a new age album, and I have the honor to be invited from them to be included in 7 songs out of the album. I consider this like a little baby of myself too, because
Yes.
I also put my heart and soul in it. And there's also like 70 singers included and musicians from around the world and from different genres. And this is incredible because when you're doing something on your own, it can be good. But when there are like people, 70 people, talented ones, like joining hands and talent in one album, we can easily understand how magical the result is. And I cannot wait for the world to listen to this beautiful album. Apart from this, I have a new collaboration with multi-award singer-songwriter Linda Mark. That song is called You're Not Alone, and it's a duet, an Americana genre duet that dropped in October. I'm dropping a Christmas song around December, and by the end of November, you're gonna get that first single of the global album that I'm dropping next summer.
I love me a CD. I still budget for my CDs every month. For me, it's a thank you to you guys for all the hard work that you do. I love the journey of the choice, the unpacking, the booklet, listening to song from 1 to whatever number. I'm unsure if you are or not aware, massive spike of physicals around the world. 2 years ago in the UK, 5.9 million vinyl sold, the biggest since 1990. Last year, also in the UK, there's a basket of products that they gauge exchanges on. And based on these exchanges, they get monitor tax purposes. And there needs to be a high number of exchanges each day for a product to be in this basket. And because of the upsurge of CDs again, CDs are now back in the basket. And the research is showing that it's the teenagers, it's the younger kids that are diving into this world, not necessarily the older nostalgic people. Then we have streaming platforms that people to listen to music on. What are your observations of the landscape at the moment?
Basically, because as I told you, I'm coming from the generation of the 90s, I still buy CDs. Even though we're living in a streaming era, I totally believe that the connection that we do have with the CD over vinyl is something way different because it's something physical. When you get to hold that CD and the vinyl, you get a different connection with the whole thing, the project, and somehow the artist behind each project. I still believe that even though the streaming era is thriving right now because it's easier to happen, I believe that the reason why the CDs are coming back and also the vinyl, it's not because of the nostalgia. It's because of people especially in the decade of 10, they lost real connection with the artist. So it's different to listen to just the music throughout your mobile phone and the streaming platforms, and it's different when you about to get hold the vinyl or the CD or your favorite artist. Somehow you put the connection, and I think that somehow teenagers again are trying to get back to that era where we were really happy, and they can see it from us because they hear from us. Like back then, it was like way different, and the euphoria when you were about to hate it or that favorite zip drop, it was like something incomparable. It has nothing to do with the song that's coming out on Spotify or anywhere else. I bet that every single person that's coming from an older era, they can confirm that I'm right to that. So the new people are listening and they can also feel. And, even though the technology is getting faster and running like so many steps ahead of the time, emotions are there. And the reality of humanity, they're there. The emotions, the heart are all there. And even if we have forgotten about it because of the training era, it's always there. And probably and hopefully teenagers have seen this. So I observe that something has awakened, something that's been sleeping for more than a decade.
What do you enjoy about performing live?
The vibe of the people. I mean, cheering for your name and the applause, it's like something incomparable. I mean, I've done live concerts in Greece, in Russia, in the UK, in United States, and every single time I feel that heartbeat before I go on stage. And then when you go up there and they start cheering your name, you can have the time of your life. And at the same time, if something goes wrong and the audience is not that good, you can be like, you can feel devastated on the stage.
Yeah.
I have discussed about it with some other peers of mine. Like, okay, awards are great. Being recognized is great, but the applause is something that cannot be described with words, especially when you're an artist. In heart, we cannot express it with words how incredible it feels.
Okay, so I'm that person that's right up in front. I'm dancing, I'm jamming, I'm having fun. I take my cell phone out for maybe 1 or 2 photos, 1 or 2 videos, then I put it away. I notice these days that people are photoing and videoing and posting and doing all sorts of things with their phones for a lot of time. From your perspective on the stage, potentially seeing a bunch of phones instead of seeing a bunch of eyes, does that take away from the moment, take away from the energy you're referring to, or it's just where society is at this time?
I'm going to separate those two. Dimitris as an artist and Dimitris as a spectator, right? When I'm an artist on stage, I only want to hear people think. And having a good time. I don't care about them holding a hand or holding something else. I don't know. I just want them to have fun and enjoy their time. So I don't want focus and I don't care about what they're holding at that specific time. I'm just focusing on me thinking right, having fun on stage, and people to have fun with what I'm doing on stage at that specific time. Now, on the other hand, when I'm talking as Dimitris as a spectator, I feel it's sad because when I was like attending concerts a decade ago, without like holding smartphones and live streaming at the same time, I felt the vibe of that concert and the crowd 100%. And I can have it in my mind because I think the best camera on earth is our mind and it captures the moment. So back at that time, I was like having the time of my life and I still remember some great concerts that I had attended. Right now, because we're living in a different era and most of the people, like 99% of the people, hold their phones because they just want to live streaming on social media, they lose the moment. And probably the day after, they remember nothing. They remember from what the they had recorded last night on the phone. So they lose connection. Emotion is not there. When you follow your heart in every single thing that you do, even if you're singing, if you're cutting CDs, if you're listening on Spotify, if you're going on a concert, everything should be based on emotion, how you feel. People have forgotten how to feel. And that's the sad thing in our like era, in that specific era. But I have hope with humanity. And I'm sure they will, all of us will make a shift really, really soon.
Okay, well, I agree with that because these days it's all about the filters and how I look and how many likes
Yeah.
and how many shares and how many reshares. And if there's not enough likes compared to the previous post, then it's like, oh, it's the end of the world. And it shouldn't be about that. If one person's watched and one person's seen it and they felt something from it, then that's the impact.
I agree. Absolutely agree with that.
I love this game. I know if I had to ask you this question today, tomorrow, the next day, or Friday, I know your answer will be different every time. I understand that and I recognize that. I'm not saying favorite, I'm saying top of mind. If you had to push play to 5 other artists once we finish this conversation, who would those artists be? And if you can think of specific songs of theirs, what songs would you play?
It reminds me of some games MTV used to have like 20 years ago. Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited about games. First of all, my all-time favorite singer, I would go for Hit Me Baby One More Time by Britney Spears. I will forever be a fan. I would go for Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go On. I would go for my all-time favorite boy band, Backstreet's Back. I would go before. Bye. From NSYNC, not before, of course. And let's also go for Lady Gaga. Upload.
Dimitris, the podcast is listened to throughout the world. As a final message, what would you like to say?
I would like to say to the world, like, keep into your heart, keep living your dreams, live every single day, chasing after your wildest dreams, no matter what, no matter what. I mean, look at me. I was like a little boy coming from Athens, Greece, and now I'm in Nashville, United States, chasing after my wildest dreams. So never, ever, ever, for no matter what, forget who you really are, chase after your dreams, no matter what, till the end of time. Because you are unique. Your dreams are unique. Everything else is taken.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Celeb Savant. Please follow Barrett on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook at Celeb Savant. That's CelebSavant.